that's listening, let's get ready to rumble. Let's go. The name is Law Nation. You can hear this around the world. Oh my goodness, we got a great episode for you and you on this day. Come on. The playmaker, baby. Woo! Woo! We're going to talk about this. The playmaker calls out the play calling concerns, plus Eagles talk and more. OMG! Let's go. Come on. The name is Law Nation. They really say ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Eagles versus Cowboys rivalry week? Come on. Hey. Oh. Be sure to hit that like button and share this content. Don't be a... Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. All right. What's good? Shout out to you, Swain. Shout out to your Iceberg Q. Shout out to your pigs. Appreciate you on the Facebook groove. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Oh, my goodness. I still got the light shining. Get these lights up off of me. It ain't time for the street lights yet. Woo-woo. Baby, baby. Oh, my goodness, man. I didn't know that this team could be such a dramatic one, But this is what we do. This is what we do, baby. Shout out to the rivalry roundtable last night. I know a lot of people didn't get a chance to hear me think about this topic or talk about that topic, but collectively speaking, everyone pretty much had a solid point, right? Versus the Eagles. And shout out to the Eagles community for standing into the conversational piece. And a lot of times when we talk about these type of things, ladies and gentlemen, people think that we are hating on their quarterback, right? And I just got off the phone with my guy, Boss Cowboy, this morning, and he was saying that basically people fail to realize that you can't be sitting here hating on Dak Prescott and praising Jalen Hurts at the same time, because basically those guys are pretty much close to one of another. And I get it. People want to talk about systems and things like that, and they get the mindset that a system quarterback is the worst thing ever. Like, oh, he's not a system quarterback. Or, hey, a quarterback that's in the system that's for them is not a good pleasantry. Man, I'm telling you guys, there are more quarterbacks that got hardware that was in a certain system versus a quarterback that's out there by himself gunslinging it, right? I mean, we got historical data that support that, right? Like one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time for the Cowboys, Troy Aikman, he fit right into a perfect system. I don't think that Troy would have 3 rings without Michael Irvin, without Emmitt Smith, without Moose, without that front 5, right? Offensive line keeping him alive, right? I don't think that Troy would have had the ability to have those rings without a great coach out of Jimmy Johnson. And when they had Barry, they had to win in spite of Barry, right? That's what Troy Aikman, Gold Jacket, Hall of Famer, said. So people take the word system and they look at it from a negative connotation, whereas people need to look at system and look at it like, man, that's a good situation to be in. To know that you got a running back that can give you 1,000, know that you can drop back, close your eyes, and say to Allah, and throw the ball to your wide receiver. He can come down with the ball. And on top of that, it could be a situation and good for you when you have a top 5 or a top 10 defense that fits right into your system. If you think I'm lying, just look up the 90s Cowboys. It wasn't Troy Aikman, just him. But the Eagles fan base like to contextualize it that it just Hurts. No, it's the system that's around him that helps elevate everyone, which is good. And that's what we were trying to talk about last night on our round table. But people would take information, and just because you're giving it to them, they would take it as a negative connotation, all right? But with that being said, those are the facts. It's so good, make my teeth turn white and my beard just grow better. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But I appreciate everybody, man. Shout out to you, C. Burleson. Appreciate you, Pig. Shout out to you, Terrence Schwartz. Shout out to you, Savage. The Eagles don't have a running back. They have a running quarterback and wide receivers. But don't they running back got 1,000 yards or close to? Come on. Don't they have a situation where it's both running backs can wiggle and get out to the edge? Just because you don't use your said running back doesn't mean that they don't have one. Just want to let y'all know that. But enough of the Eagles conversation. The Cowboys, our version of our system. What are we doing with our particular scheme and schematics and stuff like that? Well, I said in my last live feed, if you're going to get rid of something, make sure you replenish. And we got rid of 2 wide receivers from last year that was a part of our system that I truly believe that we're missing. And I think that a third of the Cowboy Nation will only look at Amari Cooper as being that big boy that's missing from our system, collectively speaking. But what if I told you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that we also, collectively speaking, missing from our system a guy like this type of skill set. And let me play this so I can give you guys some context to it, because I don't want to get right into it without the context. Let me let you guys listen to this right here. This is from my guy Brian Broadus.
You know, this is the second time, Wolchuk, that we've heard Kellen Moore says he needs to get the ball to Michael Gallup.
Mm-hmm. Listen up, y'all.
Needs to get him more involved. Is that on Michael Gallup or is that on Kellen Moore?
Okay, this is fascinating, and this might not be the answer that you want to hear.
I'll take any answer you got.
But I think it's on both.
Oh, Wolchuk.
Right. But
Why?
I think that is the right answer here, Brian, because one, I don't think that Michael Gallup is doing a great job of getting open. But I
text in with a better answer than Wolchuk just gave.
Okay. But I don't think that Kellen Moore does a great job of ever consistently designing plays that help his receivers to get open or creating. He tried
to get Darrell Brown open.
Right.
He tried.
And we have seen, like, the Indianapolis game comes to mind.
All right. So that's enough of that. I appreciate those boys. That's enough context for me to build this argument around it, okay? And I'm not shooting jabs at Kellen Moore at this point, but let's just look at the scouting profile of Michael Gallup. He is a guy that's not going to get a lot of separation. His game is short area quickness, high point the ball. On top of that, he is a guy that on certain routes, bang eight, fades, maybe a post route, skinny post, you can probably do that. You can rotate or motion him down inside the slot. He played that in Colorado. He's a former quarterback in high school or what have you, so he know how to find soft spots in the zone. But you're not going to get a lot of separation. And if you go back and look at last year's tape before the injury or what have you, majority of his balls were 50-50 balls, not YOLOs, but, 50-50 balls. On top of that, if you're trying to get Michael Gallup involved into the game plan, you got to hit him with a few tunnels, smokes, maybe some shallow drags. But that's how you get him involved. You can't just wait until like the late second quarter or the late fourth quarter, just drop back and say, okay, where is Gallup? You got to create a game plan around him. Now, last year, we had a guy by the name of Cedric Wilson. Now, I got crucified on Twitter when I posted a video of Cedric Wilson or a topic line of saying that he should get a twin contract of what Michael Gallup got. And this was back in March when people were saying that Cedric Wilson is this. But Cedric, it goes all the way back to what I talked about far as systems. See, Cedric in this system, he knows this system. He's been in this system for 4.5 years, right? So he knew how to find the soft areas in the zone. He was a former quarterback. Of course, we all know he played at Boise, what have you, but he was a former quarterback in high school, and he was a better route runner than, dare I say, a Noah Brown. He was a better route runner than Michael Gallup. He was a better route runner than most of those guys that was on this team. Now, as far as Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, you can say that Amari Cooper was an A+ route runner, right? And somebody can literally argue, go back and forth to say, all right, CeeDee Lamb versus Cedric Wilson. But Cedric Wilson was the guy that had the subtle speed. He didn't have the short area quickness like most of those guys that I just mentioned. But Cedric Wilson, what he brought to the table was 45 receptions. I'm going off the top of my head. 45 receptions, 602 yards, 6 touchdowns last season. We're not getting those levels of production from Noah Brown. Excuse me, we're not giving those levels of production even from Michael Gallup. And on top of that, those 6 touchdowns, you got to contextualize that Cedric Wilson, he only had 3 drops last season. And let me add this far as the cherry on the top. Look it up because my mind is really pulling this up from what I seen last year of Cedric Wilson. Passer rating when targeted, he had the highest passer rating when targeted. Sure hands catcher guy. His passer rating when targeted, check it up, look it up, 130.6. 130.6. So it's the small things that the Cowboys are missing out from their system. Remember last night on the show, I had a situation whereas you look at this thing and you say to yourself, you can't great value the production. You got to replace a like for a like. Let me repeat, you got to replace a like for a like. If not, upgrade, but don't downgrade. We are missing collectively between Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson. If you combine those numbers, hear me out, don't shank me with the butter knife, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns between the both of those wide receivers. Amari Cooper, passer rating when targeted, 122.2 or something like that. Passer rating when targeted. And Amari Cooper, he didn't have as many drops as most people thought. That was just something that a narrative that they try to put on the brother. I think he only had like 4 drops last season. And we're missing that little small production that you get out of Cedric Wilson. We didn't find that replacement out of James. Y'all say it with me. Washington. Shout out to you, Jason Winfro, for the first super chat, man, of the day. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. On top of that, we thought that we can get some of what we've seen out of Jalen Tolbert from South Alabama to creep up into the realms of what we've seen out of Cedric Wilson, right? And we didn't get that. And on top of that, we missing out on those pieces there, and we haven't got a chance to recover. Now, the saving grace is in 3 weeks, we got an old taste and see from T.Y. Hilton. Let's see what he can bring at the age of 33. Can he come in and give us some of those voided areas of production that we're missing from Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson? That is my opening statement with this. I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm not beating down Noah Brown, but Noah Brown is not the same type and kind of caliber of wide receiver that you would have seen out of Cedric Wilson. And he's not the same kind of caliber of wide receiver you would have got out of Amari Cooper. And I'm not saying that when you compare the numbers and contextualize all of that and you say, well, XYZ, this happened, money, and these sorts of things. But when you try to replace something, make sure you replenish with the same or better. You don't want to downgrade. And I'm not throwing any salt at Noah Brown. I really think that he increased his levels of productions. And from a wiggle aspect, he is showing that he got more wiggle room than, dare I say, Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup is coming off of an ACL deal, so we have to expect that at least you're going to have to give this man a year to get back into tip-top shape. And you have to expect, ladies and gentlemen, if you got a wide receiver that didn't get separation, didn't get a lot of separation, let me repeat, didn't get a lot of separation before the ACL, you got to understand with your mind and with your intel and with your knowledge and with your wisdom and with your understanding of the game that he's not going to all of a sudden get more separation, more opportunities, more high jump balls after, dare I say, the ACL, just because you gave that man some money. I bet you that no one can out-debate me on this universe and multiverse with what I just said. I'll put money on it. You can't out-debate the truth. But the only thing that somebody can do with the truth is
the truth. You can't
handle the truth. Yeah, please get LaShawn McCoy off TV. Oh, my goodness. Yes, indeed, man. Shady McCoy, just to segue off into this Dak Prescott talk. Shady McCoy is just shady. Yeah, brother, and I apologize to anyone who got into their feelings, but Shady need to be on Gracie's corner. That's where he need to be at. He don't need to be on nobody's television or TV or Wi-Fi signal phone or whatever you watching your information from. He don't need to be on it, but neither here nor there. Let's listen to the playmaker.
All right, Mike, are you a little bit disappointed that Jalen Hurts probably isn't going to play Saturday?
Yeah, I'm a lot of bit disappointed. A lot of bit, man.
Baby.
And even though now, this is the kicker now. I'm disappointed here. I'm disappointed that we won't see Jalen Hurts in the best, and they didn't get to see our best. And it also puts us in a little danger because now, of course, with our defense hurting and everything, they come and beat us with their backup. Oh, my God. Well, I think it puts us in a little danger. It just puts me on the firing line. It puts me on the firing line. If they come in here and beat us with the backup and everything, so that'll be crazy. But, yeah, you want to – but here's kicking off. All right, we're not making much of it because it's the Cowboys and you want to make big noise about that. But the real story is how long is Jalen Hurts hurting? How bad is he hurt?
Yeah, corrections. Yesterday I was live and I said it was his non-throwing shoulder. And, as I halfway read through the report, it's actually his throwing shoulder. And, the thing is with a shoulder, shoulder lean. All right, when you have a sprain, it swells, right? That means that there's some type of tissue that's been damaged, right? And the thing is, what a lot of athletes do, if that tissue is weakened and you continue to move it, and if it don't heal 1,000% and you get hit on it, it bruises it even more. Recovery is recovery. Now, the Eagles are in a pickle. The last time they beat a playoff team that wasn't in the division, basically, was the Vikings, right? And I know I said this last night, that they can throw around the Titans or what have you, but it was the Vikings. That was like week 3, week 4. So the schedule itself And we play the same schedule. I'm not saying that the Eagles haven't played anybody rough and rugged, what have you. Nevertheless, they need to see. They need to see against a formidable opponent, can they stand tall? And the reality of it, on the flip side, the Cowboys do too. So this should be a game that both teams, both parties get a chance, a true chance to see who they got, what they got. Are they, and both teams fighting for something at the end of the day, right? The Eagles need to win this game to solidify their first round bye, what have you. They need it more than we do, especially since their quarterback, even though he said he's going to play, but the quarterback himself need to rest. So if they don't end up winning this particular game and lose the next game and the Cowboys win out, then we would have, dare I say, the first round bye of the playoffs and things, whatever weird number comes around with that. They need it the most because their quarterback got a bum shoulder right now. And you can't speed the process. That's the reality of it. So you can go out there with with a Warriors mentality and say, hey, I'm going to go out there to prove that I can beat the Cowboys with my shoulder lean and everything, not run as much and throw the ball. But that's fitting right into the alleyways of the Cowboys. We want teams to throw the ball. Newsflash, we don't want teams to run the ball. We can't stop the run for some reason on a consistent basis. But to the playmaker standpoint, the morale, the mindset of this game, if Gardner Minshew come in here and beat the Cowboys, that's what he said that he's going to have to hear from who's on? He's on ESPN, so that would be Shay Sharp, Dan Orlovsky, and whoever else, You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing, and how much are they not telling us?
Mike, what did you think of the 3rd and 10 sequence, or the biggest reason that the Cowboys lost against Jacksonville? You were worried about the run D. Trevor went off on them. The 3rd and 10, they couldn't get the first down. People are losing their minds on your network and the other network when Jerry said Dak played outstanding. We agree with him. Your biggest problem with that Jags game was what?
Well, first of all, if you ask me, I put a blame on a lot of people. Now, first of all, I want the defense to give me something. I was thinking about this when I was watching the game. There are certain things that when I watch San Francisco play that I'm not worried about. If that team up by 10, this game over.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of defense they got. This game over. You got to sweat that. This game over.
Yeah.
This defense going to make sure this game over. You ain't fit. I'm going, brother. You ain't fit to
He
get
going,
no
brother.
15 to 18 points on that defense there. I felt that when I watched San Francisco play the other day. That's what I was saying to myself. And San Fran and Dallas defense was supposed to be on the same level, kind of. And I don't feel that when we're up 10. So yeah, I'm disappointed about that. Yeah, I can be disappointed that even after they got that turnover from Trevor Lawrence, that you couldn't go get a first down, man. We couldn't go get a first down. And I don't even want to talk about the worst damn call.
Oh, before you go into that, before you go all the way forward, brother, man. God, dog, baby. Oh, my goodness, man. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan for this great and brilliant conversation, man. Now, what I wanted to pull up before he allude away from all what he said, I want to pull up what the legendary Tony Dungy had to say about most of this stuff. And basically, just bear with me while I set this up right quick. Laying this thing up. He talked about Shady McCord's comment. And Tony Dungy, man, I respect the man. He's very knowledgeable of the defenses and things like that. And if anybody know a quarterback, I think Tony would know it. He won one with Peyton Manning. But that's a story of another day. He says, Dak 23 for 30, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. He threw for 2 interceptions, of course. The first one, his arm was hit as he threw. Now, is that an excuse? I can put that to the excuse table. You know, I'm fair and balanced with this. The second one was right in the receiver's hands. Dallas defense gave up 503 yards and 40 points. That's a little less than a half of 100 points, and that's a half of a stack. You know, a little over half of a stack. 503 yards. And the loss is all on Dak, really. So basically, what he's saying is the Cowboys defense need to a blow to the face. You know, somebody needs to tell the Cowboys defense to lean forward just a little bit, right there. You know, slap the defense around. Somebody, anybody, need to point out these flaws of the defense. Now, granted, I talk about this thing called complementary football. Complementary football. And the complementary football is when you got the lead. When you got the lead, you got to present power, not finesse. The Cowboys went into this mindset that we're going to present finesse look, running out of shotgun, not presenting our will, not loading up the box and letting people, not loading up the jumbo packages and beyond to get things done. But let's listen to what the playmaker got to say on this topic, though. And I'm going to rewind just a little bit, baby. I'm going to rewind just a little bit. Right here. Boom. Listen.
When we're up 10. So yeah, I'm disappointed about that. Yeah, I can be disappointed that even after they got that turnover from Trevor Lawrence, that you couldn't go get a first down, man. We couldn't go get a first down. And I don't even want to talk about the worst damn call in the history. There have been a lot of bad calls. But in the history, I think, of me watching football was that 3rd and 10. You throw a 9 route to Noah Brown. A 9 route. And I love Noah. He's been playing hard. He's been doing these, but he's at his ceiling. We can't try to put him and make him become a true number 2. I don't know if that's his ceiling. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if that's. And we gave him a lot of opportunities. I'm glad we got T.Y. in here. Somebody that has made some plays down the stretch in crunch moments. I want Noah to keep doing what he's doing. But we got to be careful on who we're choosing to put those game-winning balls and throw it in their hands.
Yeah, I didn't love the play.
Man, he's spitting right at it, man. Appreciate him for his thoughts on that. Just great acknowledgement of what he broke down with that, of how can you utilize your weapons in the right way, huh? What do we need to do in order to get things going and being perceived to know that, hey, these are the things that we need to justify. These are the things that we need to correct. You can't start depending on your 3s and your 4s to make things happen. You got to do that. You got to figure out a way, Cowboy Nation and beyond. And that's just the reality of it. Appreciate everybody for being in this thing. But you guys know what I'm saying when I say that, right? You guys got to know what I'm saying when I say that, right? There we go. Had to fix the plane. Had to build a plane while it's in there. What's going on with this? All right. God dog it. There we go. We fixed it up. All right, so those are the things that we must do on a consistent level, is not target Noah Brown. And I'm not saying that Noah Brown is a guy that wet the bed. Like what the playmaker said. He's at his ceiling.
Call on 3rd and 10. I didn't love that either. But, you know, the other one that everyone's talking about is the interception at the end of the game. You know, as a wide receiver, that.
But let me tell you, and you don't know the play call, because it's not just a play call; it's the play call to whom. Now, okay, let's flip it. We're playing Philadelphia this week. You want to give me a 3rd and 10 with the game on the line? I can throw a 989. That's what it was, 989 pump.
Listen up.
I can throw that route to A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
That's a different specimen.
Sure.
All right. Now, you see what I'm saying? That's a bad call, but maybe not to that dude right there. Let him go get that ball.
Mm-hmm.
I can throw that ball. I may throw that ball to Justin Jefferson.
Stop, E. Breezy. Noah usually catch the ball, though. So listen to what. I'm going to rewind just a little bit. This is what the playmaker is saying, basically, is, yeah, that's cool. but everything is on the line. If you already at your ceiling, look, just like I gave the analogy of the donut, right? When your tire get flat, it literally says the instructions, unless you got run flat tires. It literally say, don't go over 50 miles per hour. Don't travel more than 50 miles per hour, because that spare is only there for temporarily. Now, it can get the job done, but you can't depend on that spare. And that's what we're trying to say with Noah. I love Noah Brown. His story, his time here with the Cowboys, they tried to convert the man to tight end, and they realized that there was a horrid situation. He had to lose weight, slim back down, in and out of his cuts. He is right now, until we see T.Y., he is right now more consistent than what we've seen out of Michael Gallup. He's healthier than Michael Gallup, in my opinion, because Michael Gallup is still recovering. I know, I get it. We can see Michael Gallup out there on the field, but he's still not up to par or up to snuff of where Noah Brown at health-wise, right? But on this team, Noah Brown is forced to be your number 2. And this is what the playmaker had to say.
You saw what he did on 4th and 18. But I can't throw this damn ball to Noah Brown. I'm sorry, that's it. Yeah, I ain't throwing that. I'm trying not to throw that last ball right there, Noah Brown, that you about to talk about, Chop. I'm just going to try not to do
it. All right, and then how about, so that interception as a receiver, is that on the quarterback? Is that on the wide receiver?
That's on the receiver. That's absolutely on the receiver. The ball hit him in his hands. The ball hit him in the hands. Now, you want to ask me if it's on the quarterback. It's like I told one time we were on, and I remember interviewing Keyshawn. Keyshawn's my guy, man. He's my dude. And he was getting funky with me in the interview, and I got funky back. I said, okay. I said, Keyshawn. We were talking about true number 1. I said, Keyshawn, if that's the truth, why did they go to somebody else on 4th and 1 with the game on the line? They couldn't have done that with me on the field. Or they going to have a fight in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? You going to do that to me on the field? We going to have a fight in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. With games on the line like that, that's why we wanted to Odell back.
All right. Ray V says, you Dak fans are clueless. I think I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm old enough to be Dak's father over here. I'm out. It's waste of time with the unknowledgeable. So all of a sudden, Ray V, somebody on YouTube, probably without a face on his profile picture, knows more football and more knowledgeable than the playmaker. Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
I can't make this stuff up. We clearly hear a man with the gold jacket that probably caught more balls than anybody that's watching this show right now, and got touchdowns and got all of these accolades and credence of visual, tangible information that this man is spitting out to you guys, and you guys missed the meat worrying about the potatoes. He just called out the play caller. He didn't say anything about Dak Prescott, but all of a sudden, collectively, we are Dak lovers. Come on, man. You got to be grown, man. You got to grow up a little bit, Ray. It's just Ray J. Come on, Ray. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is the playmaker speaking. Like, I get it. I get it. I understand the hate, the mindset to say that, hey, this dude wet the bed. And if you want to put the loss on Dak Prescott, you can have it. Yes, it goes down as Dak Prescott lost. But you refuse to listen, to gain knowledge and understanding. That makes you more close to being a fool versus being somebody that's intelligent. That's all I'm saying. Come on, man. Come on, baby.
That's why we want to Odell back.
Yeah, I got to take a little bit of issue. Like, Noah Brown, right?
Right.
You're right.
I'm not putting it all on Noah. But
to throw him, he was having the second best day amongst the receivers. Right. Michael Gallup, complete.
That ain't on Noah. That's on you making us have him as the second best. That's on you us not having an Odell, or us not having an Amari. Because then you move Noah up one more spot. I don't have anything bad with Noah. I'm just telling you football. Listen. The reason there's a number 1 receiver, number 2, and number 3, and number 4 is dependability. That's how you slot receivers. dependability, reliability on making plays and getting open. And I'm going to tell you right now where Noah ranks in that. He's been doing a great job. He's been doing a great job because he's going to get lack coverage. Let's stop acting like Noah ranks 1, 2, or 3 in that, really. Let's stop acting that. That's all I'm saying. It's not on Noah. It's on where we're designing these plays to go. 9-4-0, a play Noah Turner would design to drop that ball in for 4 or 5 yards. I'm going to tighten the split right off the tight end. I'm going to run a little 6-yard, like I'm going across and stop. That play belongs to Alvin Harper. I usually run the 9. But now, on crucial situations, Noah would call flip. It's a flip in the huddle. I get off the 9, I come over and run that little 4-yard hitch up, and Alvin Harper goes backside and run the 9 route. We're putting people in position to make the play on the game winner. That's all I'm saying, folks.
Woo! Can Michael Irvin be the offensive coordinator, baby? Or can he be the advisor? Can he be the consultant? Can he be the guy that come out here to tell Kellen Moore, come here, let me talk to you for just a few minutes. This is what you need to do. This is the play call that you need to do. And on top of that, we can do the mirror concept. We can flip it. I don't understand, for the life of me, the wealth of knowledge that this guy got in Jerry Wayne Jones or somebody, John Stephen Jones. Maybe because they didn't put you on the junior, but that's a story of another day. Maybe somebody need to be poured upon just knowledge. Just information. Come on, baby. Oh, my gosh, man. Just speaking of this, my guy, Boss Cowboys Sports, he had a similar outing with the same information already contextualized from last season. Let's pull this up.
A lot of Cowboy fans are wondering why Noah Brown got so many targets over the real stars like CeeDee Lamb. Hall of Famers talked about it in the offseason.
Whenever you got disorder, dysfunction. We can't have our stars putting up role player numbers like 31 yards rushing, 1 catch for 21 yards, 69 passer rating, and then have our role players putting up numbers like Schultz and Wilson. That's a disorder. Trying to make our role players stars, our stars role players, that's a disorder, and the team dysfunction, and our ass is home.
I looked at what we did.
Listen.
I thought we offensively tried to feature some guys that we went away from our playmakers. Mm-hmm. And that's not what you should do. That's why I'm questioning some of the things that transpired.
Yeah. We see both these teams here at the Super Bowl. It's so easy for them to feed the ball to Cooper Kupp, right, Odell, even Chase. Why is it so hard?
Let me see if I make it bigger for you. Make it bigger right here. We right here.
Player, that's a disorder, and the team dysfunction, and
make it bigger, just a little bit. Watch the second Hall of Fame.
I thought we offensively tried to feature some guys that we went away from our playmakers. Mm-hmm. And that's not what you should do. That's why I'm questioning some of the things that transpired. Yeah.
We see both these teams here at the Super Bowl. It's so easy for them to feed the ball to Cooper Kupp, right, Odell, right, even Chase. Why is it so hard for Dallas to be able to feed the ball to CD and Amari?
Creativity, or the lack thereof creativity. Mm. And they need to get their act together in terms of calling consistent plays that are giving our guys and doing the things that you talked about, creating ways for these guys to get the ball in their hands instead of the standard way of doing it. The creativity that I would expect from Kellen Moore needs to continue to evolve.
CeeDee Lamb just wasn't utilized enough. Like in the last game that they lost, he was only targeted a couple of times. You got one of the more exciting receivers in the entire league, and you don't target it. You throw to a tight end, that's going to give you 10 yards. So there were some issues, especially there, in that last ball game.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, man, I can really just end the stream now. I don't have to talk no more. Shout out to Boss Cowboys Sports. Y'all be sure to check my brother out. Just remarkable job of just digging up all of the research, man. Just digging up the research. And in my caption, I said, man, he's the best in the business. I'm calling out a spade a spade. When you renege, you got to go in that book. Renege. What book it was? All right, go back to that third book. You're cutting. You're cutting hearts. You're cutting hearts, and you got a heart in your head right now. Give me my $3. That's what Boss Cowboy do. He call out them spades, baby. The Dallas Cowboys, we got 3 weeks. We literally got 3 weeks to figure this stuff out, man. Listen to more what the playmaker have to say.
You got to put people in position that you know are more reliable, farther up the scale to make the play on the game winners. That's all Mike said.
Michael, when we talk about that third down, 3rd and 10 throw there to Noah, is part of the problem here, though, that CD drew triple coverage on that snap. Michael Gallup had single coverage, and Michael Gallup couldn't get open. Is part of this right now about Michael Gallup's just got to be better right now? Because he doesn't look like he's getting open.
Man, I'm going to stop. I love my guy, Bobby Belt. Name me a year that Gallup got separation. Gallup is not going to get separation. He's not. That's just not in his cup of tea. It's like asking for Keyshawn Johnson to get separation. Keys didn't get separation. You just had to trust and see. You had to throw that ball and know that, hey, he's going to come down with the ball. Throw me that. That's why he had to end up write a book. The dude had to write a kid's book or a book in general. Throw me the damn ball. Wasn't that Keyshawn Johnson? Just throw me the ball. I'm open. I may not look like I'm open, but I'm open. I'm open. And that is what you got to look at from the aspect of Michael Gallup. The way you get him open, maybe some tunnel screens, hurry up passes, line them up inside the slot, or certain routes like a post flag route or something like that, drag underneath, but you are not finna get consistent open availability out of my guy, Michael Gallup. It's not even on his resume, So here's the thing. I saw somebody commented earlier about, hey, all wide receivers can't get open. Naturally, the only wide receiver from a skill set that we got, the only wide receiver that can get open on a consistent basis is CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb. He may be the only one. Until we get T.Y., who's 33 years of age, that's a long tooth, to get out there to see what he can do. And he said he liked to run. They call him the Ghost. So I can't wait to see this. Now, Noah Brown, if you look at his skill set and what he brings to the table, he is a guy that he got more wiggle right now, more wiggle. And he's pretty good at the top of his route than what we've seen out of Gallup. Now, what I'm telling you guys with Gallup, short area quickness, it dropped from a percentage aspect of what he used to do. I'm not calling Gallup trash. Y'all know Gallup my boy. He's my dog. But we got to contextualize the truth. The dude is coming off of an ACL situation, and not all players respond and act the same. Not everybody Adrian Peterson. Not everybody is easy of what they did or what you've seen out of Odell Beckham coming off of his injury. Players are built different. It's not a one-size-fit-all, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what type of year Chris Godwin is having. Can you guys pull that up? But he's coming off of an injury. I don't hear Chris Godwin's name being mentioned multiple times. And he may be having a better season than Gallup. But let me pull it up, Chris. Hold on, y'all bear with me. And let me see what he's doing, because he may be having a great season over there. I don't know. I haven't seen many. Yeah, he's having a phenomenal year. 81 receptions, 785 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's on par. Passer rating when targeted is 97. He got 6 drops for the season, though. Let's see what else. He's coming off of a situation. But even to contextualize this, Chris Godwin and Michael Gallup, 2 kinds of caliber of wide receivers. Chris out of Penn State was a guy that had speed, 4.4 speed. He wins differently, 6'1", 208 pounds. He more of your short area quickness with separation at the top of the route. Chris Godwin can find the soft spots in the zone and just squeeze and shoot out of there, man, with that jab step and get upfield. But we got to use more crossing routes to throw wide receivers open. and tire out the defense running crossing all day, and then you can run some deep sideline plays. You right, Jason? With the football mindset. Appreciate you, Jason, for your support. All right, let's listen to more what they have to say.
Yeah, that's another way of saying it. We're saying the same thing. It's just another way of saying it. We got to have better people in position to make those plays. That's just the reality. I gave you Philly. When Philly gets to those plays, man, they're throwing that ball to A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith.
Man, that's what I was trying to tell the panel last night. You know, how far is east is from west? Can somebody put that in the chat? And if you put that in the chat, how far is east is from west? Can somebody put that in the chat? It's unknown, right? It's the area of the unknown, right?
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
Come on.
What I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns, things we don't know that we don't know.
So when I go back, and I encourage you guys to go look at the Chicago's game or the Titans game of the what you've seen out of the Eagles, skill set and play. And as far as east is from west, is A.J. Brown, is from Noah Brown. They are not related. They are not in the same room. They are not in the same galaxy. They are not on the same page. You know, so that's what I'm trying to say. And when I look at A.J. Brown, I told the Eagles panel last night, I apologize. I literally seen Ryan Tannehill, last year's numbers with A.J. Brown. I was looking at it like, ain't no way Jalen Hurts is going to do anything, because I was looking at it from the information from what I've seen from tape that Ryan Tannehill was a better thrower and a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. You say, Eagles fans, I'm not that harsh. I'm giving you guys flowers. A guy last night wanted flowers, chocolate, roses, cookies, and everything. And I'm giving it to you now. Just don't eat too much. It would knock your beak off. Your teeth would start falling out of your mouth, because I'm giving you guys your flowers. And I'm not finna hold your hand on this date, but I can tell you one thing for sure. If you want to put MVP, most valuable player, down for Jalen Hurts, you got to make it go for A.J. Brown. Because if you look back at even the last game, the Chicago Bears game, Jalen Hurts lead the league in slant routes. When it's a slant route thrown to him, knowing that he's finna get popped, knowing that he's finna get hit, the ball is not bouncing off of his body like a volleyball. He is not trying to bat the ball down. Even if it's low, high, or indifferent, the dude is coming down with the ball. I've seen so many sideline balls that not Anthony Brown, but A.J. Brown. I got too many Browns in the league. But A.J. Brown will go up there and pull it out and extend the situation. It got to the point that now that Devontae Smith is comfortable. He's comfortable. Because he know for sure that the attention and the information on the opposing team is focused in on number 11 and not him. And he get to walk around with his shades. All right, so Manning says going into the playoff with our OC is nail-biting. Yes, it is. It is. It is the unknown. But what I'm trying to say is that those are the things that the playmaker is just saying right now. The system is great. The system is great for them.
Those are the 1 and 2 options. Those are pretty 1 and 2 options in those crucial situations. In those crucial situations, I'm not taking anything away from Noah Brown. I think he's done a hell of a job.
Yeah.
He has reached himself and stretched himself and worked himself and made himself into a very, 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 very good NFL wide receiver. But in those crucial moments, I want someone else to try to make that play. I'm sorry.
Mike, we usually...
Ooh, wait, man. The playmaker, man. He making enemies out here, man. Let me read these super chats, man. We got one right here from Java. The last two offensive coordinators for the Cowboys were backup quarterbacks, Garrett and Moore. Make it make sense. Get some new in there. Sub-Law and Cowboy Nation. Appreciate you, man. I'm going to give you... Oh my gosh, man. And to add to that, Java, you know, they cut from the same cloth. Regardless of how you look at it. When we start talking about trees and branches, like he's a tree of, Kellen Moore would be a branch or an offspring of Jason Garrett. And when I banged on this table and I told people that this guy is the second coming of Jason Garrett, those are truths. When you are in a bind, when you are in a pinch, you're going to pull from the source. Kellen Moore is a resource. And the resource pulled from the source. And the source been Jason Garrett. He's going to learn from what his father taught him. The guy that gave him an opportunity, a liberty in the pursuit to go through the NFL and beyond. He's a mentor. He is all of those things. You can argue and throw in Scott Linehan, but that's just the reality of it. That's why you see some of the similar things or the same things that been happening since 2007 up until this point. Some are good, some are bad. Just like I made this analogy earlier. Law, man, you act just like your dad. Man, you act just like your grandfather. Man, you must be related to such and such. Man, y'all brothers, man. Oh, no. Oh, y'all cousins? Yeah, man, y'all act just alike. They share the same genes, man. Oh, my gosh, man. All right, Jamal Wilson. You think Mahomes on this team would play like he does at KC and vice versa with Dak with KC and Andy Reid? Those are...
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns, things we don't know that we don't know.
Just like we went down this before, the Lamar Jacksons of the world, the Mahomes, we would never know what they would have looked like here with the silver and blue. We don't know. We just don't know, especially with the informations of the prehistory of the Cowboys. I brought this up last night. They said, man, Law, you're a historian. I can't help what I know. The moment you put silver and blue on with the star on the side of your helmet, you are being compared to the other greats. Roger Staubach. Even you can throw Danny White, Troy Aikman. You can throw the legends in there, and Tony Romo. You look at the list of guys that we have on our team. Whether you go to another team, they don't even mention it. I was thinking even with the Eagles, what they got, Ron Jaworski, Cunningham, McNabb, that's their greats. That's their greats. They don't hold a candle to Roger and Troy. Now, when you go back to the Chiefs, who they got, Elvis Gerback, you can talk about the spoonful of times that they had Joe Montana, but he wasn't homegrown there, right? So you got that to live up to, right? Alex Smith, oh, excuse me, even in the Chiefs, before they got Pat Mahomes, every year there was 11-5, 11-5. They were above a plus 500 team. Winning. Pat Mahomes was the cherry that was on top, but what they did with Pat Mahomes, they comfortably let him get into the system, right? Because he didn't start immediately. He picked up the system. They worked with him. The media didn't scrutinize him. They lived off the fact that, hey, he got some talents. He came out on national TV and said he can't read. Ray Charles, blind and dead, can read better than him on defense. But they worked with him. They didn't crucify the man. They already knew that they had a well-put team around him or surrounding him. Whereas the Cowboys, it's been since 2006 and 2007 since we made back-to-back playoffs, baby. The Chiefs was doing that even with Alex Smith. So the comparisons and analysis are a whole different. And granted, my guy, Pat Mahomes, he's a great quarterback, an excellent quarterback. Fine and dandy. But what we seen in that Cincinnati's game last year is probably would have been the ceiling of what we seen over here in Cowboys land if you don't put the right pieces and the right scheme around him. He couldn't throw the ball from me to you. Well, from me to this TV that I'm looking at, you know. And Lamar Jackson, if he were to get over here in Cowboys land, we don't even know what the world Jason Garrett and all of those boys would have done. He probably would have had to squeeze over to be a wide receiver or something like that. In this particular system, they would have tried to make this dude Lamar Jackson be a drop back quarterback. They wouldn't have embellished his skill sets. They would have took away. So that's why I say it's an area that we can't compare. We can't. We can't. Look, put it like this. I truly believe even Danny Dimes over there in Giants land, if he had Brian Daboll from his starting career, from birth to now, he would be considered and viewed upon a whole lot different than what he's viewed upon now. Coaching matters, ladies and gentlemen. I can't stress this out anymore. Let's go. I appreciate the super chat. I really do. Glenn Caper says, in crunch time, you need rub routes, draws, or screens. You know, you can't do any of these things. We try low percentage plays when situations call for high percentage plays. My goodness, man, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying at all. It was my... Let me hit it again.
Ask you for NFC 1, 2, 3, but I want your overall NFL. Your Super Bowl threats 1, 2, 3 look like what today? With Hurts, with Hurts healthy.
Yeah. Well. Listen, I would go honestly. Cincinnati, Philadelphia, and San Francisco. Say, well, you got to throw Kansas City in there because they got God playing quarterback. You got to keep them in there. Long as they got God at quarterback.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm going to go. I love what Cincinnati's doing. You got to put Philadelphia in there. San Francisco still in there because I told you, you never get that feeling with their defense. They're always. You just ain't gonna put them points up on their defense.
But you're going Cincy, Philly, San Fran over KC and Buffalo right now.
I say I'm gonna put KC in there, and I'll put a Buffalo. But my top team right now, I love Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati right now, and that's really what we're talking about. And it's not that I'm not giving to Philly because it's Philly. You know, Philly's. If I had to put it to them, I'll give them number 2 spot right now. You know, only because I think sometimes if Jalen Hurts does get off, we'll start seeing some opportunities. But I don't know if Joe Burrow will ever be off with those beasts he has. So I just like that Cincinnati has a power running game. So I put them out there. But yeah, all of those teams in the mix. I even think Minnesota. We got into it the other year. It's a Minnesota. Dude, it's one game. It's a one-game tourney. It's not the best 3 out of 5.
Right.
It's not the best 5 out of 7. Minnesota can beat any team in the NFL in one game because they got that dude over there that I told you they're going to throw it up on 4th and 18. He's going to give them a chance. So, yeah, this thing is still wide open.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting Stephen A. praise us. Merry Christmas. We love you. And finish out that rep with the stolen dumbbell. Thank you.
That's the playmaker, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, great analysis there altogether. And we'll see what time I got. It's 11:57. I got a meeting at 1. Make sure my meeting is still on at 1. Hold on right quick. We going into overtime law right quick. Hold on right quick. Let me make sure my meeting is available. Y'all okay? Y'all all right? And I'm going to break down some of the other things that he just said on that topic, but I got to make sure my meeting is still on at 1. That means I got 30 minutes there. All right, so what we're breaking down here.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for line. Keep it
Phone lines
super
open.
my way on this side. Keep it super my way.
You are the only participant in the conference.
Call my phone, hit
All
my
participants
line.
are
Only
muted.
ones who down for line. Keep it super
We're going to 30 minutes over.
Keep it super
5, 4, 3, 2. Hope. Come on. The hotline for your mind is 657-390-7391. Drizzy says, what's good, Law? Why isn't Dak changing more pass plays to run plays at the line? With him being in his 7th year, is it on him or Kellen Moore? Your thoughts on that from Drizzy. Good point. That I don't know. I don't know. I can only speculate. And from what I can see, there are some base formations that no matter how you change it or how you call out of it, it will still be equivalent to the same. For example, if you're in shotgun and if you don't like what you see and you change it into a run, I don't think that gives you more of a wiggle room or more of a situation to put you up ahead. I think that's more working or hustling backwards. I do like the philosophy on how my brother team operates at work. I like that system there. A true run first system is not a run first out of quotas, and those are the ways that I like. I like Dak Prescott anywhere between 24 and 27 attempts. That's not a shade or a knock at him, but I'm looking at the law of diminishing rates of return. I'm looking at the law of averages. I'm a numbers guy. I do like the fact that if you minimize that, then you will evade away from some of the inefficiencies on this team. You put the ball in the belly of Ezekiel Elliott. You put the ball in the belly of Tony Pollard. You run the ball to open up the pass. You don't pass to open up the run. And that, my friend, is what the Cowboys tried to do against the Jaguars. They tried to pass to open up the run, even though they ran more than they passed. It's a weird way. It's kind of, I gave everybody the analogy of a boxer trying to land. You know, he threw more jabs, but did he land them, right? Did he land his hits? And we didn't land our hits. I got Bruce, man, the first one in here, man. You're live, Bruce. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, Mr. Law. Hello. They call that when you open up the run with the pass. That used to be called run and shoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, run and shoot.
And, you remember Buddy Ryan, right?
Yeah, old Buddy.
Yeah. Well, he had Kevin Gilbride. He was the OC of the Houston Oilers. He had to slap him upside the head right there on the sideline. Called him for ruining his game. You know, his defense is doing the job, and that's a chuck and duck. I sure hope, man. All this splitting hairs about what our wide receiver does this and does that, and we need to get somebody else. I think we can win with the people we have.
The conference has been locked.
We have a damn good team.
Yeah, we do.
And there's some injuries. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, Bruce, let me say this before I let you go. Yeah, we are 10-4. We do have some weapons. What we're trying to do is iron. You got a few wrinkles. It's a nice shirt. You got a few wrinkles on your shirt. We just trying to iron out the wrinkles. And we see the wrinkles, whereas we need a little extra help at the wide receivers when we do throw the ball. We need to get back to the philosophy of running the ball. And I think that Dak Prescott is better under center, believe it or not, versus being in that spread.
Yes, I agree totally.
Yeah.
I think Jerry Jones needs to stop talking. You know, he can talk to OBJ if you want, but he needs to maybe start having conversations about a new coach if they blow in the first round.
That's going to be it's going to be counterproductive because you're going to have to do a lot of wholesale changes. But I appreciate you for calling in, Bruce.
All right.
Good job from Bruce, man. I got my guy from the 971, JP. You live.
What's happening, Law? How you doing?
Man, doing great, man. Talk to me, man.
Hey, man. I just want to. Okay, the offense. I'm gonna tell you, man. That need another running back, man. to hit that hole. If they ain't gonna bring in Davis, then they need to draft somebody for next year, man. Because, like I told you this weekend, that Zeke he's kind of washed up, man. I don't think he got the speed to get to the hole, and people still love him, man. But I think they're missing a tight end. I mean,
another running back. Not just to talk on that topic there, JP. It appears that, like, let's say you pick Zeke, you put him up on the Niners, right, and have a Zeke and CMC combo. We would say that that's unfair, right?
Yeah.
Because of the system that they're in. I appreciate you, JP, for calling.
Hey, one more thing, though.
Talk to me.
Before you hang up, one more thing. Hey, Devontae Smith, how long was he drafted 2 years ago?
He was drafted the same year of my guy Michael Parsons.
And that was 2 years ago, right?
Well, but it's his second year. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has 2 years to develop, right?
Right. He can develop. He can develop comfortable now, though. He got another dog on the other side of him, and I'm not. Look, I like Roll Tide. I like what the kid brought to the table, even in college or what have you. But I'm saying that there's not all of the pressure on him, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
my
point is, we had Anthony Brown for all that time, and he took up all the space that Joseph. I mean, I like Joseph. I don't know if he's gonna work out or not, but if you get him 2 years, the same time Smith would have been had, he'd probably been far along better now. But now the problem is we wait. This is the problem with this team. We wait until the last minute to try to bring somebody in to on cornerback and develop the rookies. Look at the third round pick.
No doubt. I appreciate y'all talking that off air. Appreciate you.
Third round pick. We ain't seen him at all. But guess what happened?
No doubt, JP, man. You know, I got a lot of people here, man, and I got a split at 12:30, so I got to roll. I got Roster X, man. You live, fam.
Brother Law, I just want to give a shout out to you, my friend, for the endurance that you have to deal with all these different perspectives, man. I'm so tired, so it's just so easy to let y'all do all the hard work and just root for my boys and stand by for whatever happens, and just be able to call in and say that I love you, dog.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, dog. That's all you wanted, huh? Man, I thank you, man. That goes a long way with me. Don't make me cry. I'm sensitive.
Hey, man.
Appreciate you, man. That's a good call from Roster X, man. I got a guy that I know for sure that's in the VIP lounge, man. He probably hung out with Texiana too long and forgot that he had another squeeze to come through. Jack Nisha, and he forgot to give her VIP tickets too. And it fooled around, and he's still with Texiana, man. What's going on with you for the A60?
Lord VIP, baby. Oh, yeah, man. Me and Texiana, we still on that rendezvous. And Jack Geisha tried to get in. Damn it, I forgot to leave it a VIP at the door.
Oh my gosh, man. Why you didn't let her in? You supposed to drop Texiana and then move over to Jack Nisha, and she fooled around and left you, dog.
Oh, man. But I tell you what, I'm going for some e-girls this weekend. I need me an e-girl Aisha.
I don't know. I got to come up with a name for her. You know what I mean? No, I don't want her. I want to literally blow them out. I don't want no ugly win. But I'll take it, though.
Yeah, I heard she got a burnt up wing right now anyway, man. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
We're good on that. But anyway, Law Nation, I am an optimistic person. Right. I'm a glass half full. I need Cowboy Nation to come aboard. Look, if we could do this push through these last 3 games, you realize where we can put our possession, what position we can put ourselves in?
Right. I mean, you talking about when these last 3? Sure, you can go in vacation mode for a week. But my only thing is, man, I'm going to keep it 100, man. I have my reservations. Not saying that I'm scared or worried, but I just have my reservations on having that week off, man. I got that thing, what they call
emotional damage.
I know, man. I got it, man. At least I admit it, you know. Come out flat.
Look, you know? I put out a video how the Cowboys are messing with my psychological fortitude. And for the illiterate people, that's my mental capacity. They are affecting my mental capacity.
No doubt, man.
You know what I mean? So I need us just to come on board. We need just win this game. We're playing at home. I kind of like being the underdog, Law. I think we play better when we don't have that chip, when we have a chip on our shoulder. When we get cocky, we start falling asleep in the fourth quarter.
Man, here's the thing before I let you go, VIP. When we winning and rolling, it's a bad situation because everybody, mama, uncle, cousin be picking us. I don't like when I think they be reverse jinxing us with all of this stuff too. They just jinx us with all of the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder, the 2-ladder, the any ladder networks. They start saying, "Oh man, we all on the Cowboys," and then the aficionados be like, we gonna show you who wear the big pants around here, and then Vegas step in and make a whole bunch of money, man. So I don't like that. I like what you man, underdogs. Yeah,
you got Noah Brown thinking, reading the press clippings, saying, "Yeah, we are going to the Super Bowl. We in the Super Bowl. I'm already making Super Bowl reservations. I ain't got to catch this pass. Oh, the pass hit me in the face. It hit my hands." Come on.
Let me hear you say it before I let you walk, man.
You already know. How about them Cowboys? I ain't a killer, but don't push me, Law.
Revenge is like the sweetest joy. My guy, man, from the 815, Brandon, not Rick Ross. You're live, fam.
What up, man? That man was annoying. But
leave my guy alone, man. That's my guy, man. Talk to me, man.
I'm glad he's somebody, guy. His voice annoying. So look, man. At this point, it's just I see, man. Y'all gonna look for every excuse for Dak. If Dak had 3 arms, he could throw it better. If Dak had 4.2 speed, he could be Lamar Jackson. Like, can we? I just would love us to grade Dak on his own merit. Like, if Andy Reid was still in Philly and Pat Mahomes was in, look, whether you want to say, okay, that interception was on him, was on him.
The first one when his arm was hit, you can argue that was on him. The second one, upon further review, Noah Brown just got to catch that one. Wide receivers in that moment are being made. Can you imagine if Drew Pearson dropped that Hail Mary? We wouldn't even talk about Roger Staubach in that light or Drew Pearson in that situation. Sometimes big-time moments are happening for both sides. The wide receiver got to catch it. The quarterback got to throw it.
That's what makes that, like, at the end, that's why it's a team sport, because that's what y'all tell me every time I tell y'all Dak 1 and 3. So let it be a team sport when he not doing. Let it be a team sport when someone else not doing well. All I want to say is, look, we got 3 games to go.
Yep.
For me, this Philly game is so irrelevant. It's not funny. We're like, my question.
Hold on. Before you go into that, like, can you expound? Because I know we crushed for time, but can you expound on the fact that it's irrelevant? Go with it.
It's irrelevant in the sense of, like, hey, we was going into this game thinking this was going to be a measuring stick. I'm not sure the Eagles even care about, like, of course they care about winning this game. To me, it matters more for us to win this game. If the Eagles win this game, okay, they got the number 1 seed. If we win this game, does this mean we're going to the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game? I want us to win the game.
But no, here's how I look at this game, and I see your point on this. I look at this game, the Eagles are the number 2 defense in the National Football League. I need to figure out what my DBs look like against their wide receivers. I think that they're still going to play A.J. Brown. I think that they're still going to utilize Devontae Smith, right? And they got a hell of a running attack, even if without Jalen Hurts. And on top of that, I need to know, man, what my wide receivers can do against Slay and the other guy, Brad Bradbury, because these are the things that we need to see. Can the wide receivers get open in separation? Can Dak Prescott put up numbers, good numbers, against the number 2 defense in the National Football League? And on top of that, nobody got more sacks than the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm quite sure that they still going to bring the house. I'm not listening in to nobody from the Eagles community about this not being a measuring stick game or a good game because of those things. I need to know, can my makeshift offensive line hold up? Because I think that the Eagles still going to blitz. I think they're going to still send people through the A and B gap, and they going for dog sure still going to want to stop Dak Prescott and pick him off a few times, right?
I think everything you said is 100% true, but I think it's only true on our end. I don't like.
Sure.
Like, let's.
Sure.
If we was 14-1, do you really? I'm like, other than
look, nobody want look, Brandon. Before I let you go, you know nobody want bad tape. Nobody want bad tape. Slay would refuse to have bad tape. Slay wouldn't want to have a double move and CD Lamb score a touchdown on him, regardless whether or not the game is important or not. I would guarantee you this: unless if they bench Slay and Bradbury, I would agree to you. But I promise you, Slay don't want that on his resume.
Absolutely not. All I'm saying is because when Dak went to bed, it took away the luster. That's all I'm saying. Like,
okay, took away a little sizzle. I feel you, man. Come on, man. Let me hear you say it, because I got to roll, man.
How about them Cowboys, Dak? Hey, my eyes open.
Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And those are the facts, man. You can't be from Philly or rooting for the Philly and say, you know what, this game is not important. The number 2, are they the number 2? Can somebody help me out in the chat? Are the Philadelphia Eagles the number 2 defense in the National Football League? Or top 3 or number 1? They ain't number 1. I know the Niners are. But they got pride on the line. I'm quite sure that Hassan Reddick and all of those boys on that defensive side said, hey, we got more pressures now, more sacks than anybody in the NFL, and we going up against a foes that we don't like and we can't stand. Shoot. And they know for sure they want to knock off Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is 7-3. He's literally their daddy. He's their daddy. There's no one that can out-debate that. He won more games and lost than against the Philadelphia Eagles. So you think that they don't want to make another situation whereas they want to beat down Dak? I got another one coming for you. That's how rivalries work. That's how you got to take records and all what happened, take it and throw it out the window. All right, we got my guy MJ from the 206. You live.
What up, Law Nation?
Talk to me, man.
Okay, Law.
I'm still mad at you though, bro, but talk to me, man.
No, you can't be Law. You can't be mad. That's what I want to tell you. Now, that
Talk
lady
to
that
me,
came on, I've been a fan longer than her. 59 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with my Cowboys. I went to the Partners game in St. Louis where we used to play Terry Metcalf.
Oh, wow.
Can't you say that?
Yeah,
no.
yeah, way
Jim
back.
Hart. Can't you say that? No. So, and then that guy that came on there trying to take up for Dan Quinn defense. No. Law, you know we all about our defense. We want to be like the Baltimore Ravens defense when they won the Super Bowl. If we get a 17-point lead on here, people, we supposed to win. If we get a 10-point lead, we supposed to win. I don't want to hear no excuse come about some Dan Quinn. Oh, yeah, he was bad. He lost the Super Bowl in Atlanta.
Yeah.
With that dumb play call. Him and the offensive coordinator when they had the Super Bowl won against Tom Brady. Lost me my money. We supposed to win that game. So I don't want to hear no excuse about no Dan Quinn. The stupid defense. Got the wrong players in the wrong way.
Two things can be true. Yeah, we can't give up 503 yards, and we got to play complimentary football. And those are the things that you are saying. So what you got for this show, man? I feel you what you're saying about the ladies and the fella, but what you got for this show, fam?
What I got for this show, like me and you say, like we got on our hat, run the damn ball. Now, the Philadelphia brought them 2 big defensive tackles in there. But the last time we played them, we was running on them. They did what they got. They got corner. Now they surpassed them. Now, I don't know what our defense ends are doing. Our defense out there lollygagging, can't hold the edges. That's why everybody running on them.
Right.
So if our defense ends, D-Law them, get your head out of your ass. You and the other DN, stop the run and put that big boy in that we got from Philly. to help them defensive tackles so our linebackers can get a lot of tackles. Our linebackers should be having like 10 tackles.
Yeah,
I don't want our safety having 10 or 15 tackles. And play that boy that we just got from Arizona.
You talking about Trey Mullen. All right, so this is what I see right here with our lineup. I want to see more from Sam Williams. I need 54 to be out there on the field on the starting rotation because at this point you need the size do matter. Right next to him you can have Carlos Watkins, Big Bo, and then you can have D-Law. I get it. I'm not saying that Osa and Navar Gallimore ain't those dudes, but you got to rotate those fellas in. Start off big, lean on those guys, and then have Anthony Rush, if he's elevated up, have him to be on the rotation piece too.
Cause I seen the tape, though. If y'all go watch it, when he played for Atlanta, he puts Kelsey, and I know Kelsey. Hope he ain't playing. He put Kelsey all the way to the quarterback every time. He just bull rushed him. You see what I'm saying? So he's too little in the ass to stop that boy, and Philly know it too. So Dan Quinn, listen, don't be a fool and don't play that rush. Don't be playing all them stupid defensive ends. They can't get they can't stop the run.
I appreciate you, MJ, man. Let me hear you say it before I let you rock, though, man.
I'm gonna give him some, cause I'm a Cowboy for life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, how about them boys?
Yeah.
They gotta get that. They gotta get the Cowboys name back. They gotta go on a 7-game winning streak, so all these fans could get the last laugh at the whole world.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, man. That's my guy now, man. You know, he my dog now. You know what I'm saying? So the other time he said Cal and then he said a girl. So I'm glad that he moved off from that. All right, I'm gonna give y'all the orders. We got Minister, and then we got Trey, and we got Queen, and then we got the 936. Those are the next 4, I believe. All right, so Minister Simmons, you live from the 918.
Hey, what's up, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me. Did the jersey fit you right? Did the jersey fit you right?
Got that jersey.
Yeah.
Got that jersey, boy.
Now, can you explain to the nation?
I ain't took a picture yet.
You didn't take a picture yet, but can you explain to the nation?
I ain't put it on the law.
No. But can the letters be pulled off? Can the letters be pulled off? You know, are they stitched? Are they a stitched jersey? You know. Talk to me, Simmons.
Hey, I just want to say to the nation that Law is a man of his word. I'm telling everybody, the man hung in there with us. We moved like 3 times, and he didn't give up on us. He was very patient. So, dude, I love you. Appreciate, man, everything you do, man. Anyway, let's get to this game. Very disappointed we lost like that, man.
Right.
Very disappointed to me. I'm still confused about, why we're having so much trouble throwing over the middle. I've been kind of looking at a little bit, and I think it's kind of more of Kellen Moore's play calling because I saw a little tape where Kurt Warner did, man, and if you go back and look at this tape he did, man, he had everybody. We was in the red zone.
Right.
Was inside the 10. Everybody stopped about 5 yards. Everybody was in the same place.
Everybody in the same place,
and
man.
When everybody was like on the 5-yard line, like 2 people was on the 5, 1 person was on the 6. They all was like right there, and I was like.
Before I let you go, Minister, before I let you go. That's what you call when you run an option and then you run out of options. They ran an option route and you ran out of the option.
All I have to say is I have one question for you, Law. I want to see Mike McCarthy look. I'm wondering if he putting anything in there with Kellen Moore, or is he just letting him do it on his own? I just don't think he's pretty good, but he still has a lot to learn.
No doubt, man. I'm gonna answer that one right quick.
Look at it.
Yeah, Minister, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Here's the thing. When you look at that, is he really got his hands on Kellen Moore? I don't think so. They come from 2 different systems. Two different systems. Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore comes from Linehan and Jason Garrett's system. He is not from Mike McCarthy's system. This is not his child. Not his child. Okay? So is Mike McCarthy influences out there? No, we don't see West Coast concepts. We don't. We see more of a spread. Don Coryell, however you say that, man, Eric Coryell's offense of spread. We're going to go deep. We're going to go vertical. Those are the things that I see with my natural eyes. I don't see any concepts of West Coast principles. All right. We got Trey. You're live from the 901.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, everyone? Okay, so let's talk about this game that's coming up.
All right.
First off, only thing I'm going to need for Dan Quinn to start doing while we go, because we in the playoffs, while everybody talking crazy about losing that game or whatever, it don't matter. We still in the playoffs. And we will get through the playoffs. But I'm going to need Dan Quinn to get out that damn box, come down on that ground, and get on his defensive players when they start acting like they done forgot why they even there. You feel me?
Right.
That's what they need to do. And then Mike McCarthy, I'm going to need for him to get stronger on Kellen Moore. And then on the players when they do stuff like that. We need a coach with a heart of stone because we got the talent.
Yeah, we do.
We got the talent. The Cowboys beat themselves. Don't nobody beat us. We beat ourselves. How you going to come from a 17-point lead and then lose the game?
Yeah.
You beat yourself up.
Yeah.
So you can't beat us. We beat ourselves. And until they can correct that, ain't nothing they can do with them Cowboys. And come Saturday, we going to win that game. It's definite. It's going to win. Y'all going to see the Cowboys play like they should have been playing.
Did you see last night's show? Did you see last night's show, Trey? Did you see the last night's show, the round table, the Eagles round table with the Cowboys content creators?
Yeah, last night on your show,
I got us going 35-24. What you got before I let you go?
I got 38-28.
Okay. Ooh, it's going to be a good one. Ooh, I can't wait to see it.
It's going to be a good one because we're going to run the ball.
Yo,
we playing Philadelphia. That's how we play Philadelphia. We're going to run the ball. Zeke and Elliott is going to have their day. And then that with those interceptions, not going to happen. Because guess what? We got T.Y. T.Y. going to run through there and do what he needs to do. And then T-Law and them know what time it is.
Know what time it is. Let me hear you say it before I let you rock. Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys? Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Let go. All right. I don't know if I can hit this note. My voice been out all this week. Let me see if I can hit it. She's your queen to be. I hit that note, baby. What's up, Queen?
Hey.
Yes, indeed.
What's going on?
What's going on with you? Come on, talk to me.
Can you hear me pretty good?
I can hear you well.
Okay, great. All I have is for those some of those. Lord, you loud. Excuse me, let me move, though.
Okay.
Okay. All I have is for some of the people that are so critical of Dak. A lot of them will say things like, why doesn't he audible out of this and why doesn't he audible out of that? You know, instead of always doing what Kellen, says for him to do. Well, they don't realize that Dak cannot audible out of everything that Kellen says because you even had the GOAT, one of the GOATs anyway, Aaron Rodgers. They yelled out to his coach, run the fucking ball.
Yep.
If it was so easy for them to just change stuff on the fly like they want to, then why would Aaron Rodgers even have to do that?
Right. You preaching now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So every time I call you, I've been meaning to say that.
Yeah.
Because, that's what a lot of people say when they call into you. And I be forgetting by the time, I get
by
on
the time it's your turn. Yeah. Your turn.
Yeah. That's all I had.
Oh, that's all you had? Yeah, man. Look, you spit the truth. I need to know your score prediction. If not, we can wait probably till tomorrow, but let me know it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow.
Wait till tomorrow?
I'm gonna be at the game.
Oh, you gonna be down here in Dallas at the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the way from North Carolina.
What day you fly in?
Friday.
Okay. We got a thing that's going on Friday. I'll let you know by tomorrow. It's going to be nice. We got a very, very pleasant surprise to a lucky Cowboy fan, and I'll let you know how all of that's going to triculate. But I appreciate you. Let me hear you say it, Queen.
Don't you forget me, Lo. Let them hang, Cowboy Nation.
Let them hang. That's Quay. All right, last but not least, man, from the 757, man. Make it remarkable. Make it a remarkable moment. You're live.
Yo, Law, what's up, man? I've been watching you probably since like 2 years ago, man. Young fan, and I'm ready to go crazy with this tape.
Uh-huh.
All right.
What's your name? Let me save it in while you do that, before you do that.
My name is Justin Allen. I'm from Virginia, 757. Just letting everybody know we're waiting to do this. All right. We finally got that man, Devon. We finally got a second quarterback. I'm not saying he's going to go outside.
Right.
Because I still feel like the slot is his best spot. But if we do try it, Trayvon Mullen, if he's not playing that great outside, we could have switched. But then I'm still saying, I feel like he can guard DeMonte. I think he could guard the outside receiver. Because I don't think Trey's going to be on AJ the whole game.
Right.
They're going to be switching between. So I feel like we got the guy. He proved it against Zay Jones and getting two PDs and an interception. And I feel like 73. Dak got it. Stop blaming Dak. That's all I'm got to say. Stop blaming Dak. It was not on him.
Okay.
That's all I got to say. That's my take.
Oh, Justin. Okay, appreciate you, J.A. I'm going to put you down as that, and we're going to get things rolling, man. I appreciate you for your thoughts.
Thank you, Law Nation. Love you, man.
Much love to you too, man. That's a good call from him, man. Been following the channel for 2 years. That's remarkable, man.
Goodbye.
Here's the truth right here, Cowboy Nation. We got to look at this as, okay, we got short area quickness guys. You got big body guys. I think that AJ Brown, these Browns keep messing me up. AJ Brown of the Eagles, he is the most physical wide receiver we faced in a minute, right? Since the last time we played him. He's the number one wide receiver off slants. He catches the ball in traffic. He is the money down guy, that's third down guy. And then you got your guy that can take the top off the defense that you got to be mindful of. Now, I do like the aspect of Trayvon Diggs trailing and following the bigger, bulkier style of wide receivers. I think that that's a good situation for us. But my reservation would be how we going to cover the other side. Now, to my guy JP's point, the first caller, like if you a whole bunch of callers earlier, he said give Kevin Joseph a chance to go through the growing pains or what have you. Now, Kevin Joseph, he did remove himself from Instagram and Twitter and what have you, remove all of the Cowboys stuff off of his page. I don't know if you guys getting to him. I know a lot of people want to beat up the young man, and I get it, right? We don't like losing around here, although we haven't been winning a lot in these last 20 years. But we don't like losing. We don't like losing. And when we lose, it feels triple hurt because everybody point out any little small thing, and you go back and look at the tape. My guy Malik Hooker, come on, you got cover two, you got over the top help. You're supposed to be there, right? Nevertheless, Kelvin Joseph didn't have his best outing. They benched him. They put in Deshaun Wright. They said this week they're going to have a competition thing, and I love competition. Nobody should be comfortable. Everybody should not have nobody should have a comfortable bed is what I'm trying to say. So we will see who really won this competition. If it's going to be Trayvon, and I'm talking about Mullen, if it's going to be, and I don't think that Dayron Bland was entered into that mix on the outside, but if it's going to be Deshaun Wright, if it's going to be Kelvin Joseph, if it's going to be whoever else we got, nobody cares. The only thing that cares is, did you win? Did you win? Because people are going to talk about the Cowboys losing, not just Kelvin Joseph, right? Not just Deshaun Wright. All of those guys, they can give up 4 touchdowns. It's going to be Dak Prescott fault, right? That's just how it goes, baby. So, Cowboy Nation, let's stand tall. Let's get this thing going. Anthony Barr will be out there. This is from Trey. Oh, okay. We'll see what Anthony Barr do. On top of that, I talked to my guy, Boss Cowboy Sports, earlier, and he had the same sentiments about the linebackers. Keep in mind, the linebackers themselves were thrown into it because a lot of those guys didn't have a lot of mental reps or even reps out there because LVE been solid, and he was in that spot. So what he said to me earlier today was, just give these guys a week to prepare themselves. And let's see what the linebacker core looked like against the Eagles, knowing that you're not going to have LVE now. Let's see if the communication is better. Let's see if they figure out ways to dial in better and do these sorts of things. Nevertheless, the Cowboys are the Cowboys. We always going to be talked about. Let's not look for credence and validation. I really take this from Vach. He said, we just got to prepare ourselves to be the villain. We do. And it's hard pressed to say that, but we are the villains. We are. We are the most scrutinized team in the National Football League. A cat can't cross the street somewhere in Texas. They will point it out that cat is black and the Cowboys about to be an accident waiting to happen. We can't do nothing. We can't do nothing to appease the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder network. It's to the point that Boss Cowboy last night was on the round table with the Eagles, and there were a third of the Cowboy fans, not y'all that's watching, belittling, casting aspersions, trash talking, not the Eagles, but you guys are so fixated on trash talking yourselves that it was literally the round table, me, Boss Cowboy Sports, Cowboys Fan Talk, Mr. Rome, and also the other Cowboys guys, my guy Jay Tuck, I forgot all who was on the panel, fighting Cowboy fans, Eagle fans in the panel. We were shorthanded. Never in the history of sports fandom that we got to fight our own and also defend our own and also fight the outside forces. Whereas in the Eagles community, they were unified. They were all saying the Cowboys are trash. They were all saying that the Cowboys suck and these sorts of things. Whereas we had to fight our own. There were people saying, put in Cooper Rush. There were people literally saying, Dak Prescott is trash. There are people saying that Mike McCarthy, he can't fight himself out of a wet paper bag. But in the Eagles community, they were all on the same page. They were all saying that they're going to beat down the Cowboys. They were always saying that the Cowboys are the Cowgirls. They were all saying that we are whiny fans. Where are the real Cowboy Nation at? Where are the real true blue at? Where are the ones that said, even though I don't like you, we're fighting together? It's kind of like the movie, The Return of the Titans, or Remember the Titans. That was a movie, right? Where it was the Great Divide. But Denzel Washington, the 2 linebackers on that team, they were unified together, although they didn't agree with each other, but they were unified. Where's our unity at, Cowboy Nation? We don't have it. We fight ourselves. We eat our own. But I come here to tell y'all this one truth before I go. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you and you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind for it, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besiege and beset it, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it. Look, you guys, let's start fighting one another. The Cowboy Nations in the last 27 years, we have flipped on our own team. I've seen illustrations where we throw trash at our own players. We spit upon our own players. And now the Eagles are a better example than us. That's a shame. A flat out shame. We have turned into what most people call filthy trash.
Shame.
Let's get better, Cowboy Nation. DC
Shame.
for life, not for short. Roll those credits.
Can you do something for me? 21. Can you hit a little rich flex for me? And 21.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Let me get some lights on this before we run up out of here.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revin now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately,
Until next time, DC for life. Not for short. Not if only we win. Not if only we tie. If the dog should not if we lose. It's DC for life forever. Let's go. Cell block 80, baby. Come on. Hey. Until next time, salute.